Rise and ground, folks. What we have here is technically a warranty recall. Guys, any system that we install, we personally warranty it for a year. That doesn't include a free maintenance, but guys, we put in 5 zones on 2 outdoor units. This is a mini split unit. We put in 5 heads about like close to 2 months ago. Everything was running, and the only thing I do know is that the walls are still open and the customer was getting some remodeling done to the wall. So everything was running with the mini split units, and we specifically gave her the instructions on when to run the units. You don't want to run the units with the drywall and everything flying over. So she definitely turned the units off, but I don't know with the drywall, guys. I don't know if something went haywire, but guys, let's go inside and I'm gonna show you what's up. I'll see you in a little bit, beige. All right, that's one. And this was the second one here. And guys, by the way, these are Fujitsus. We have 2 18s on a 36. And when I got here, no light. And from L1, L2, L3, from each one to the other, I had 0. But from each leg to ground, I had 120. Let me show you something downstairs here. And this customer's gonna get this whole ceiling redone. But guys, technically, the zone you seen in the living room and there's another one in the master bed, both of those zones go down. And the drains from the front 2 areas, the front of the house is right here. The drains from the front 2 zones are going right inside the pump. Line sets go out, and the other 3 zones are going straight outside on the back area there. But guys, what I was referring to, from terminals 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 1 to 3, I had 0 volts. And from each one of those terminals, from 1 to 2 to 3, to each individual leg to ground, I had 120. Now, when I get that, guys, having 120 is half of what you need. You need 240 volts to operate these indoor heads. So luckily everything's labeled. Second floor is running fine, just the first floor. I got here and the breaker was already on. I took the panel off and I checked for 240 directly at my breaker to make sure that we had power leaving the breaker, and we did. Because if we didn't have 240 at the breaker, then that would lead me to believe that something's going on with that breaker, but not the case. We actually did the electric here, so I can verify before and after everything is still within range. We got 240 at our breaker, and we only have basically 120 at both of those first floor zones. So guys, that leads me to believe we have to go outside. So this is the first floor. I'm sorry, this is the second floor one. The one that's working is spot on. Everything's still running fine. And guys, look at that. Zones that's on the front of the Remember, those 2 zones are going to this, which is our 36 kBTU unit. And guys, look at this. As soon as I open this up, bingo, our fuse is open. Now guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take power from this unit. Before replacing this fuse, I'm gonna open this up and I wanna check all of our electrical components and wires. And even though this is a brand new unit, I gotta make sure that my compressor is okay before I apply power to this thing again. So guys, let me clear some space. And I'm gonna check this compressor out, and I wanna see why that fuse opened up. I'll see you guys in a little bit. As I open this up, I didn't smell a burning smell, nor did I see any obstruction with the wires. Everything from the compressor and the 2 communicating wires for my indoor unit. Everything is spot on. I have to go inside, well, go back upstairs, and I got to turn the units on, because right now, guys, nothing's calling. She turned this unit off, and she runs the second floor more than she does the first. But right now, guys, since it's 95 plus degrees in Pennsylvania, even downstairs, you're going to need some type of cooling to fight with that humidity. But yeah, I replaced the fuse, and I got my meter hooked up. Now what I'm going to do is I got to go upstairs. I'm going to turn those units on, and we're going to see what's up. I'll see you in a little bit. I actually didn't have to go upstairs. I told the customer to turn the thermostats on from her phone, because she has Wi-Fi on all 5 zones. But guys, one thing I'm looking at here is I'm looking at the amps on this compressor, because it's only one or two scenarios, guys. Either this compressor was overamping and it opened up the fuse, or when they finished the drywall in that kitchen unit, maybe, I don't know, maybe they did something crazy with the wires and that caused the unit to trip. But I'm gonna definitely pay attention to the numbers here. And by the way, I got a double pole 30 amp at the panel. I have a 30 amp disconnect, and I have 2 30 amp fuses in here. So 30 is definitely the tripping point here. But I'm probably going to babysit these numbers for like the next 15 to 20 minutes. I just want to make sure that before I close this up, I got to know that nothing crazy is happening with my compressor. And it's like hovering around 11.7, 11.8. And right now, guys, it's like 90 degrees outside. It's Monday morning. It's a very, very humid morning. So this unit definitely has a load on it upstairs. So I don't expect the amps on this compressor to be minimum right now. But yeah, guys, I want to check this out. But I'm gonna babysit the numbers, and I'm gonna go upstairs, and I gotta put the covers back over the 2 first floor zones. But yeah, let me do that, and I'll call you. I'll be right back. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, guys. And nope, I do not have an infrared thermometer, but I gotta make it do with the pocket thermometer for now. But this is what I was saying. Green light is on, and both my zones are dropping. So what I'm gonna do is put the covers on, and I gotta go back outside and check on that compressor. But getting an infrared thermometer for these mini split units will definitely be my next investment. That is for sure. Alright guys, let me put this on. I'll be right back. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, this is the kitchen zone. Temperatures are dropping. And this is the one that was open when we left it. This wall was a little bit slanted, but I don't know if they had to touch the unit, but I do know that you had the line set from the, actually this is the back area, the front area is over there, but you literally had 2 zones, meaning you got 2 sets of line sets, 2 sets of electric wires, and 2 drains coming from up, down. So a considerable amount of space in between the studs were occupied with the line set. And guys, crazy things do happen, but I don't think nothing's going on with that compressor. But I still have my meter hooked up outside. But I think that, like I said, maybe something freaky happening with the wires in the wall, but I don't think it's worth our time to reopen this again. I'd rather just rock it out, and most importantly, make sure that our unit is pulling proper amps outside. But let me go outside. I'll see you in a little bit. Peace. So we're back downstairs, and that's the termination point. I want to check on this condensate pump real quick. Just give me what you can't get back. Why don't you give me the world? Cool. I believe right now the only, well, at the time, with the living room unit not working, the only drain that was occupied was the master bed. But I think this condensate pump may fill up soon due to now we have that living room unit working. So let's go outside and let's take a look at this compressor. Why don't you give me the world? Just give me what you can't get back. So yeah, guys, this compressor will fluctuate, depends on the temperature upstairs. This compressor is not going to stay on for long. And guys, I know this compressor is going to be on now for a couple of hours until the kitchen and the living room gets down below a certain point. But all right, guys. It's hovering between 14.5 and 15 amps. Now guys, having an ammeter and checking the actual amps on this unit is important, but guys, the actual amps means nothing unless you know what the unit is rated for. What that means is, let me show you. With this mini split unit, once again, this is a 36 2-zone unit. Look at what the running low amps is for the compressor. 17, 1.5. So on the nominal day, 20.3 is what this thing should draw. And we're definitely below that, 14.4. Now guys, that's very important to check your running low amps, because if I knew my running low amps was 20 and this thing was at like a 19.9, then chances are, guys, maybe I got to check my line set. Maybe there's a kink in the line set, or maybe the line set, we might have accidentally ran the wrong size line set. So guys, there's a bunch of things that could cause a compressor to draw high amps on these Fujitsu mini split units. You can always verify this with tech support and have them help you, walk you through all the possible scenarios. But guys, that's why whenever you install these units, make sure you take your time and know what size line set you need to run. And like I said, guys, the more of these units you put in, you'll start to understand the intricate details of these units. Because like I said, guys, I know for sure if we install this unit improperly, Fujitsu definitely will deny the warranty on this unit. And like I said, guys, we could be out a considerable amount of money replacing compressors out of warranty. Well, technically in warranty, but we installed it wrong. So you definitely don't want to go through that scenario, guys. Like I said, just make sure everything's done right. Take your time. But to sum up this service call, guys, like I said, I think that maybe whenever the guy opened up that wall, or whenever he tried to patch up the wall, maybe, like I said, he did something freaky with the wires. But if everything's running, we had this unit running now for at least a good 30 minutes. I'm definitely going to rock out with this. And like I said, if it comes back again, we'll probably have to do more and look into it. But like I said, from what I know, the customer, everything is done on that first floor. So I think the only other thing that, and I'm going to bring the customer down too to show her this, the wires where it goes down on the other side of the basement. I mean, no wires are exposed in the basement, but I make sure she knows that whoever patches up and finishes that basement, just be careful with the wires, and also turn the unit off as well. That's one thing I told the customer. She could have turned the breaker off, and that definitely could have avoided this from happening. But even though she had the unit off, she thought by turning the unit off that will avoid, you know, something from happening. But I told the customer, from here to your indoor head, you always have 240 volts if the breaker is on, even if the unit isn't running. So if someone's working near the unit, just kill power at the breaker, and that will eliminate power everywhere from inside and outside. So I definitely make sure the customer understood that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna pack this up, and I gotta show the customer downstairs what I just told you guys about with the basement. I gotta make sure we don't have this issue again. And easy peasy, baby. We're out. Peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one.